Arles is a city defined by a fundamental duality, the marsh and the rock. While the modern city extends into the drained lands of the Trébon and the Rhône delta, the historic core is anchored on a limestone outcrop known as l'Outure or l'Arture. This district is not merely a neighborhood, it is the geological and historical genesis of the city. Rue Aristide Briand serves as a critical artery within this elevated topography. It does not follow the rigid imperial grid of the lower Roman city, but rather adheres to the organic and winding logic of the medieval settlement that resettled the Roman ruins. The street acts as a topographical bridge, mediating the transition between the high plateau of the Roman Amphitheater, Arènes, and the lower residential clusters descending toward Rue de la Bastille. Naming the street after a resident family indicates a proprietary urbanism common under the Ancien regime, where streets were extensions of the dominant households that occupied them. The renaming of the street to Rue Aristide Briand symbolizes a rupture. Aristide Briand, 1862 to 1932, a socialist politician and Nobel Peace Prize laureate, was a giant of the French Third Republic. Arles, with its strong industrial working class, railway workshops, salt works in Salon de Girard, held a steadfast socialist tradition. The municipal decision to erase the name Arles, associated with the old bourgeoisie, and replace it with Briand, a hero of the secular republic and international peace, was a deliberate act of political modernization. This renaming likely occurred during the interwar period, a time when municipalities across France were imprinting republican values onto the urban map to counter the rising tide of fascism and establish secular governance. Architectural texture and atmosphere. The texture of the street is defined by Pierre de Fontvier, the local white limestone. This stone is known for its glare but is susceptible to alveolar erosion. The buildings are relatively tall, 3 to 4 stories, in relation to the narrow street width. This creates a canyon effect, an adaptation that provides constant shade in summer and protects pedestrians from the biting mistral wind characteristic of the Rhône Valley. In the 21st century, Rue Aristide Briand has become a frontier of the heritage economy. Administrative and educational functions have vanished, replaced by high-end residential uses and tourism. The acoustics are sharp. Footsteps echo on the stone, amplified by the walls of the narrow canyon. This sector feels secretive, a place of refuge. The intersection with Rue Porte, formerly Rue des Ursulines, points to the historical presence of an Ursuline convent. l'Outure was densely populated with religious orders, and the street likely served as a corridor for clergy and nuns, adding a layer of sacred silence to its atmosphere.